Good Tuesday, everyone. Welcome to GardenStateWeather.com and GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, providing superior forecasting for the northern mid-Atlantic region 24 hours a day. I'm forecaster Robert Smith with the daily video forecast discussion for this rather cloudy looking Tuesday, the 17th of May, 2016. Overlooking the morning visible path of the satellite this morning, lots of breaks in the overcast, but still streaming in of mid and high level clouds across the forecast region. Moisture already advecting in from the south here along a nearly stationary frontal boundary, and a moisture also from a trough axis that is weakening as it approaches the northern mid-Atlantic region during this afternoon. So we're squeezed in between these two areas here. And if we take a look at the latest radar mosaic, we can see the light rain in the northern stream here across the Great Lakes, streaming into the Great Lakes and portions of northeastern New York and portions of western Pennsylvania, and of course the moisture stream from the south also advecting in towards the northern mid-Atlantic coast states. Morning surface chart this morning shows from weatherroanoke.com and digital atmosphere software shows our nearly stationary front dissolving itself a little bit across the northern reaches here of the Great Lakes into New York State. Weak trough axis here over the northern mid-Atlantic, and our warm frontal boundary developing to the south. And in between the two, well, we've got moisture riding along this frontal boundary and north of the frontal boundary, and it's very light, but it's streaming in the high clouds and also some light precipitation across the region this morning. Looking at the observations this morning, we have a light variable southerly flow to the atmosphere this morning. We've got temperatures generally running in the mid-40s over the interior valleys of Poconos and northwestern New Jersey to around the low to mid-50s in the New York City metropolitan area. Portions of southeastern Connecticut also running either side of 50 this morning, down towards Philadelphia too. And we notice that there's quite a lot of rain showing up on Doppler, but none of this is really reaching the ground yet. But this is in the mid and upper levels of the atmosphere, but it's still in the mid levels of the atmosphere, but it's still not reaching the ground. It's very, very light precipitation, but we do expect precipitation with periods of rain to get into portions of the region during this afternoon and evening. We have no watches, warnings, or advisories in any of the forecast zones for today. On the aviational weather deck today, right now we have basically VFR conditions for the start of the period. Some light rain will move in during later this morning and early afternoon as the clouds continue to move in and conditions continue to deteriorate to MVFR. And that's mainly for the ceilings. The light rain will continue through the afternoon and possibly into the early evening, and then clouds will likely deteriorate further to IFR and possibly some LCL, or limited clearing, limited IFR for a time during the evening before returning to VFR towards the end of the period into tomorrow morning. And that could be around Millville, Atlantic City. Still in these locations, lingering precipitation will keep the lower ceilings there longer. Southwest to west winds at less than 10 knots, becoming light and variable during the late afternoon and evening. Wednesday through Friday, mainly VFR conditions. Friday night, mainly VFR, chance of rain towards morning on Saturday. And right now, Saturday, which was initially looking good, is not looking so good any longer. MVFR and IFR conditions with rain and fog. And we'll get into all of that in a moment. And right now outside of Newark, it's 54, dew point 38, humidity 55%. The wind is southwest, very light at 6. Broken ceilings at 14,000, overcast at 18,000. Light rain around the region during this afternoon and early evening. Right now outside of Philadelphia, 55, dew point 42, humidity 62%. The wind is southwest, very light at 6. Broken ceilings, a few clouds at 4,000, broken at 14,000, overcast at 18,000. And the story today will be the light rain late this afternoon and evening. I do stress the word light. Looking at your pollen forecast for today, it'll be on the medium to high side, and again tomorrow with oak, birch, and maple continuing to flourish. And through the week, the pollen counts will continue to be on the high side right through Saturday, with drier conditions in place for at least a couple of days from Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday before more rain comes in on Saturday once again. Taking a look at the 500 millibar northern hemisphere flow pattern across the region, we still have a negative EPO with our trough axis is here located south of the Aleutian Islands, and a positive PDO here with very warm water again right off of south of the Aleutian Islands and Alaska, right off in this horseshoe area here. You can't see this because of the upper level winds. And we have our ridge axis here over the upper Midwest or south or western United States, and that is indicated by a positive PDO here. A negative NAO still here with our south of Greenland, and that's supporting an upper low being cut off here south of Greenland, and that is supporting another upper level low south of Hudson's Bay, Canada, and a very active flow pattern to the polar jet stream, which is not allowing ridge axes off the west coast or east coast of the United States to pump milder air into the eastern United States because this flow pattern continues to dominate. Start the forecast out with the HRR, the High Resolution Rapid Refresh Compositive Reflectivity Forecast. And as you can see, the light rain gets in here during the afternoon hours, the late morning hours here. It's going to be very, very light rain across the New Jersey, New York, Philadelphia I-95 corridor. Some moderate rain could fall from, let's say, Mercer County south through Philly and then central and southern New Jersey and the coast as this wave of low pressure then moves east along the frontal boundary. And we can find the northern front here, this boundary beginning to break away from and dissipate and sink as it moves through the region. So we're left off by late tonight, early tomorrow morning with dry conditions in between these two features here across a good chunk of New York City and central and northern New Jersey, southeastern Pennsylvania. But south of that, around the Mason-Dixon line and into the metropolitan areas of, well, the farmland areas of Delaware and Maryland and Virginia here, we have the lingering light rain associated with that wave of low pressure. We extrapolate this out on the 4-kilometer NAM model, and this would be for early tomorrow morning. We can see most of the action beginning to move out. There'll still be some light rain around the region early tomorrow morning, and that should mainly move out of the region, and then this front will begin to dissipate as it makes its way towards the region with drier conditions, periods of sunshine developing tomorrow afternoon, and a dry forecast from tomorrow afternoon right into Friday at this point as high pressure begins to move in across the region. Predominantly dry weather will be in the offing for Friday, Thursday night and Friday. These showers may not really add up to all that much, as high pressure will generally be in control of the forecast region through Friday and Friday night. Now, things change by the time we get to Saturday now because this next frontal boundary and next wave of low pressure looks to make inroads into our region with rain redeveloping across the region again by Saturday. Extrapolating that out now on the GFS, high pressure moves off the coast, and here comes the batch of rain moving in associated with this area of low pressure across the Virginias here. And that rain will be spreading into the region during Saturday morning and Saturday afternoon. It looks like some moderate rain could fall from this across central and southern New Jersey and the Delmarva area on a Saturday evening and Sunday morning early before that moves out, and then drier conditions look to be left over with a broken cloud cover on Sunday rather, with dry conditions continuing into Monday. And then of course next week we have this upper low that's going to be cut off, and this oceanic low where this upper low cuts off here will mean a bout of inclement weather coming for some portion of the region, especially along the coast, possibly on Tuesday and Wednesday, and possibly into Thursday of next week as well. This is a highly volatile forecast going into next week because these upper level lows that get cut off from the flow and their location will be determined by, well, just what kind of weather and impacts we will see. Looking at your temperature forecast for today, it's below seasonal levels, but not too bad. Generally the low to the mid 60s across the region with a light southerly flow to the atmosphere. A little bit cooler right along the immediate coast. Now for Wednesday, we're expecting temperatures again to be running in the low to the mid 60s across the region. A little bit cooler on the south shore and east ends of Long Island with our ocean influence. By Thursday, temperatures rebounding nicely into the mid and upper 60s and lower 70s the further south and west you go, especially in the I-95 corridor. By Friday, things looking real nice. Temperatures all regions should be in the low to the mid 70s, which is pretty close to where we should be for this time of the year. Saturday, we've got rain on the way, and temperatures generally running in the upper 60s to lower 70s with that rain. Sunday right now, temperatures still with an onshore flow in 70 to 73 degrees. And by the time we get to Monday, again, temperatures still in the upper 60s to low and mid 70s. So we're basically looking at a cloudy day, showers moving in, and the light rain will be with us through this evening and early tomorrow morning. Breaks of sunshine and warmer temperatures again with that sunshine by Wednesday afternoon. Then dry through Friday. Looks like rain coming back for the weekend, at least the first part of it on Friday night, Saturday, and Saturday evening. Sunday right now is looking dry, and that will be a relatively nice day for the end of the weekend. So you're still going to need the umbrella and basically about a quarter of an inch or less of rain anticipated for today, tonight, and early tomorrow morning across the region. For everything live, it's GardenStateWeather.com, GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, Twitter, Facebook, and Google+. I'm forecaster Robert Smith. You make it a great Tuesday. We'll see you bright and early on Wednesday morning.